system is a scheme initiated by Science and Engineering Research Board under the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, and is identified as one of the emerging fields to have impact on energy, healthcare, urban transport, water distribution, urban air quality, manufacturing, as well as governance. Cities are the engine of economic growth of every country. As per the Smart City Mission Statement and Guideline 2015 by Ministry of Urban Development, Government of India, 31% of the population lives in urban areas and contribute to 63% India's GDP. By 2030, 40% of country's population are expected to live in urban areas and is going to contribute to the 75% of India's GDP. This requires a comprehensive development of physical infrastructure. Thus, National Mission on Interdisciplinary Cyber Physical System becomes so important in countries' overall development. The entire idea of this short-term course on data analytics and predictive technology-driven IoT-based smart grid infrastructure is to brainstorm and find out role of cutting-edge futuristic technologies like IoT and DAPT in the evolution of futuristic smart grid infrastructure from the existing system. Data analytics and predictive technology can be implemented when we have data from each point of electricity network, driven by the development of information and communication technology, an information layer added to the conventional electricity transmission and distribution network for data collection, storage, and analysis with the help of wide installation of smart meters and sensors. The analysis of such huge amount of data illustrates the motivation and potential advantages of implementing the data analytics in the smart grid. By dealing with huge amount of data from electricity network, meteorological information system, geographical information system, etc., many benefits can be brought to the existing power network and improve the customer service as well as social welfare in the era of big data. Of late, DAPT and IoT witnessed a tremendous growth in every sector, starting from medical devices, connected vehicles, road to smart grid for energy management. And when we talk about energy management, smart and intelligent grid is the first thing that appears in the mind. DAPT-driven IoT can play a significant role in developing smart grids, which eventually leads to energy saving. IoT-enabled smart grids are more about energy efficiency and management of energy consumption at lowest cost. Implementation of data analytics based predictive system and IoT based technology adds up many consumer friendly features like consumer has the convenience to turn on or off any home appliance through Internet of Things while he or she is out of station. Or maybe a connected home appliance like washing machine can be turned on and the same performance can be achieved at a lower price. Role of DAPT and IoT in smart grid are deploying multi-level implementation, home energy management, integration of renewable energy, electric vehicle tracking, and its charging during low tariff period. IoT-based smart grid enable electric vehicles to be used as energy storage device when they are idle. IoT has enabled perception devices collects informations about electric vehicles, identity, battery state, location, etc. to improve the efficiency of charging and discharging scheduling, thus reduce emission, save peak load, and increase percentage of renewable power generation. I hope this short-term course on such a cutting-edge futuristic technology will be helpful for all the participants from various disciplines. This course will continue for 6 days, having a total of 16 sessions. There will be 12 expert lectures and 4 hands-on training. Prominent experts from the field of data analytics, IoT, and power electronics from India and abroad will share their experiences and expertise in these 6 days. I sincerely appreciate IEEE UP section for sponsoring this short-term course. At last, I thank all the participants for turning out in such a huge number, and I extend my warm welcome to you for cruising through with us in these 6 days of short-term course. Once again, I extend my warm welcome to all the dignitaries who are the part of this inaugural and viewers watching this event from all across the globe. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your welcome speech. Now I request Professor Rajiv Prakash sir, Dean R&D of IIT BHU, to enlighten us with few words. He is one of the gold medalist alumni of IIT BHU. Previously, he was scientist in CSIR Lucknow for more than 7 years. He has also received many awards such as Young Scientist Award UPCST and recently elected as an academician of the Asia Pacific Academy of Materials APAM. He has published more than 150 papers in peer-reviewed international journals and has 18 patents in his credit. Sir, please, over to you now.
Thank you, Honorable Director, IIT BHU Professor Pramod Kumar Jainji, Honorable Dr. R.P. Singh, Chairman UOG IIT Bhubaneswar, and ex-CMD Power Grid Corporation, Dr. R.K. Singh, Course Coordinator, Dr. V.N. Lal, Course Co-Coordinator, and dear participant. A very warm welcome to this online short-term program on data analytics and predictive technology driven IoT-based smart grid infrastructure. It is being organized under our recently developed Center Interdisciplinary Data Analytics and Predictive Technology Hub Foundation under the aegis of National Mission on Interdisciplinary Cyber Physical System, Government of India. As Dr. R.K. Singh said, power and energy are playing an important role in the infrastructural development of our country, and therefore next generation technology development in power and energy becomes vital. There is a role of DAPT in the development of smart home, smart cities through smart hybrid grid. It improves the quality of life and attract the investment to the cities, setting a moment for the growth and development of our country. Further, in rural India, the distribution grid is usually weak and 24 hours power supply is still a big challenge. In such areas, hybriding with non-conventional energy sources like solar power energy, integrated interconnected smart homes may be prevalent viable solution of the power problem. I am sure that the short-term course of DAPT-driven IoT-based smart grid will cover various aspects of the evolution of the futuristic smart grids from the existing one and give a new dimension of role of DAPT for the development of power and energy infrastructure of our country. The interest shown by the participants, as Dr. Singh said, more than 200 participants, is appreciable as they came up in a large number and registered for this course. I am sure our participants will enjoy the various sessions of this course and learn new dimensions. I can congratulate organizers of this short-term course, Dr. R.K. Singh, Dr. V.N. Lal, and wish a successful course. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your golden words. I humbly request our director, Professor Pramod Kumar Jain sir, to deliver his speech. Professor Jain is a director of IDAPT Hub Foundation, IIT BHU. Professor Jain is a visionary administrator, director of IIT Patna, and ex-director of IIITDM Jabalpur. Professor Jain is an alumnus and professor of Department of Mechanical and Industrial Engineering, IIT Roorkee, and a well-known figure in the area of manufacturing. He has received various awards such as University Medal and Star Performer from IIT Roorkee. He is also a recipient of various international fellowships like JSPS Fellowship from Japan, Indo-Netherlands Academic Exchange Fellowship from University Grant Commission, India. Sir, please, over to you now.
Good morning, everyone. And I, on behalf of the Institute and my own behalf, welcome Dr. R.P. Singh, who is our alumnus also, and who is Chairman IIT Bhubaneswar and ex-CMD of Power Grid Corporation India. Dr. Rajiv Prakash, Dean R&D, and all the participants and those who are connected with us in this event. As told by Dr. R.K. Singh and Professor Rajiv Prakash, this IDAPT Foundation Hub in ITBHU is set up under National Mission on Interdisciplinary Cyber Physical Systems. There are about 27 such foundations which are set up by the DST in various IITs and NITs. Our domain which we have selected is data analytics and predictive technologies. And under this hub, we have identified 5 different subdomains One of them is power, of course, under which you are attending this program. Second is infrastructure and road network. Third is health and family welfare. Fourth is communication, and fifth is uh, defense-related R&D work. So, as we know, everybody these days, power or electricity is very, very important for us. It drives our industries, our life, our cities, and everything you can think of. And this course is very well designed by focusing on data analytics and predictive technologies. Of course, by taking care of the IoT network in all kind of power systems. And the focus would be on smart grids, smart cities, their needs, their applications, and all those kind of things. And I thanks Dr. R.K. Singh for inviting so many good speakers to interact with all the participants and also having four working sessions also in this program, because this is one of our mandate here to train manpower in these five areas which we have identified, and by using cyber physical systems or IoT technology and data analytics and predictive technologies as one of the major thrust area. And I hope that all the participants will enjoy this 6 days course. Sometimes 6 days are too long these days, and all the time sitting on the laptop and attending everything online may not be a good idea. But because of the pandemic, we are forced to conduct this program online mode. But I hope that you will enjoy these 6 days. You will enjoy your interaction with the experts, and you will get to know about the new dimensions, new issues, and new applications of IoT, of cyber physical systems, data analytics, etc., in managing all our power grids, power structure, you can say distribution systems in the country. With these words, I thanks uh, Dr. R.P. Singh once again for accepting our invitation to be the chief guest of this event. This is our second program, in fact, and we are, I think, organizing one such program every week. And hopefully, by the end of this month, or maybe by next month, we will have five such programs, five or six such programs under various subdomains of this foundation. So, thank you once again, everyone, and I hope that you will enjoy your 6 days in this program. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Sir, for your golden words. Now I request Dr. R.P. Singh Sir, a senior alumnus of IIT BHU from 1971 batch. He is one of the founding member of NTPC and worked almost in every department at various positions for 14 years. In NTPC, he was known as a problem solver and a contributor to bring economy in project management and operational cost through the non-conventional approach. Further, he joined the Power Grid Corporation of India Limited and served there for almost 11 years, and left as a chairman and managing director of the Power Grid. After serving as a chairman of the board in NIT Patna and IIT Guwahati, he is currently giving his services as a chairman, board of governor in IIT Bhubaneswar. Sir, please, over to you now.
I don't know where to begin and where to end. But nevertheless, because most of the things have been covered by our learned professors, Jain Sahab has summarized very well. और मैं थोड़ा हिंदी और इंग्लिश और भोजपुरी का मिक्स लेकर बोलूँगा तो हमारे दिल की बात निकल के आएगी. आप लोग होप करते हैं आप लोग माइंड नहीं करेंगे. कुछ विदेशी भी हैं क्या? नहीं है?
Yes, sir, I think there are few.
Okay.
Anyway, I think it will be good to listen in, a mix of languages. आपके दिल की बात बाहर आएगी. Because you belong to this place, so I think that would be a good idea. Thank you.
मैं भी अभी भी गांव का ही हूँ यार. Okay. Professor Jain, Director IIT BHU, Professor Ravi Prakash, Dean R&D, IIT BHU, Professor R.K. Singh, Course Coordinator, Professor V.N. Lal, Course Coordinator, and the participants. Very good morning to all of you. Suprabhat. It has always been pleasure, and it is pleasure for me to be at BHU. I will share my experience. and enjoy still the good word lunketing. I don't know, Jan साहब आपको शायद पता नहीं होगा.
सर आपसे ही सुनते हैं हम लोग सीनियर लोगों से कि
आप सुने हैं आप लंकेटिंग के
हाँ
बारे
सुने
में?
सुने.
So whenever I go to BHU and whatever functions I go, I definitely go for lunketing. The mode is different. Earlier I used to go by cycle. Now I walk from Vivekananda Hostel to Sankat Mochan. That is my style of visiting BHU and Varanasi. Wherever I stay, lunketing I must do because I am a evening walker, so it serves both the purpose. And I start remembering my good old days. BHU has been an institution which has contributed towards country's wellness, independence, and will contribute being the heartland of India, as Varanasi is called. Nobody can ignore it. And let me share with you one of my ministers. He was an academician, Vice Chancellor of JNU, Professor Alak. When I became chairman, and the day I was confirmed, he became minister. He called me and told, RP, तुम बिहारी हो, यूपीआईट हो, दोनों हो, मिक्स हो. कहने के लिए हम बिहारी हैं, बट हम लोग जन्म कर्म सब कुछ बनारस में होता है. So he said that unless Bihar and UP's prosperity comes to the same level what it was, India will not grow. It will be difficult to sustain. This is where BHU has played a tremendous role in shaping the country's education thought process. Before I come to electricity, let me tell you, the biggest draw on our economy is not the need of technology, not the dearth of technology, not the dearth of education. We have to basically change our thought process. This country was rich, is rich, but where are we going wrong? Our thought process is totally corrupted. I don't know how and why. Somehow we have failed prey to the old system of governance of Britishers. Therefore, yesterday I spoke in IIM Jammu. I was physically present there. This mode of governance has to stop, and this government is taking all necessary actions how to mend the things, and our original thought process of paropkari hona, work for the society, and follow the path of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So friends, leave this apart. Our contribution, if I remember, Professor Sen Gupta used to be our principal. Benko, that time it was Benko, chemical engineering and mining and metallurgy and geology. These were all separate four departments or colleges. The role which he played in shaping technological education in India, I don't know how many of us know it. And that is, and Dr. Gopal Tripathi, Professor Anand Krishnan. They were stalwarts. So BHU has been, in addition to art, culture, science, technology, medical, everything. This was the only university which had almost every discipline what is needed to shape our society. So contribution of BHU for last over 100 years is not to be repeated. It is to be seen, felt, and I believe that present setup at BHU, including IIT, will make it more and more vibrant, attract our intellectuals, our students from every walk of life and from across the country. When I was a student, we used to have more than 50% students from South, Western India, Bengal, Northeastern India. Today it is different game. If somebody's child gets admitted at IIT Varanasi, then it is a question whether they should send them there, Guwahati, Bhubaneswar, or IIT Kanpur or Kharagpur to a safer place. So therefore, I think, I'm sure things are changing, our culture is changing, and there is a huge pressure on so-called Bimaru states to rise and demonstrate that they are the one who had all the buddhi, all the mind, all the thought process, and they were world leaders. Friends, I'll stop here. I'll not try to be a lecturer on something else. Coming to the subject of your data analytics, predictive technology, and IoT, information technology, summing up together, using it for power system. This has been in debate for a long time. And let me tell you from my own experience, and you must have felt it. There has been a lot of improvement, and this started from the national load, regional load dispatch center, and state load dispatch centers of power grid. This was the first modernization. When I took over in 1996 as chairman Power Grid, we had age-old our load dispatch centers, age-old. Whenever there is a frequency variation or voltage variation, people sitting in the load dispatch centers, they will, by the time they will react, they will connect and all that, by that time grid will collapse. And there was a ritual that come July and August, there will be one grid failure. In one region or part of the country, there will be grid failure. Come December, January, there will be another grid failure. And everybody used to run here and there. Therefore, Power Grid, besides establishing national grid, regional grid, and state grids on behalf of the states on their request, we took up urgently modernization of load dispatch centers, including the states. What happened? After 2002, beginning, January 2002, that was the, last grid failure on all India basis or regional basis or state load basis. The credit goes to information technology, predictive analysis, what you call it, data analysis, and predictive technology. We established it, adopted it, and rigorously followed it. But when we were setting up these centers, what was the feeling of the commoners and brilliant engineers, so-called brilliant engineers of those times? They used to say, वो सब सिंह साहब और पावर ग्रिड वाले पैसा बना रहे हैं, ये कुछ चलने वाला नहीं है, ये क्या होगा, कंप्यूटर पाएगा, कैसे चलेगा भाई, कैसे पता लगेगा उस लाइन में क्या हो रहा है, वहां क्या हो रहा है, दिस विल नॉट रन. And believe me, everybody was after us. They were looking at you with a hawk's eye. पर पावर ग्रिड को फेल होने तो फिर देखेंगे, सबको जेल भिजवाएंगे. So that is what I said, that our thought process had to change. When it was established, the first load dispatch center was inaugurated by none other than Vajpayee. He himself traveled, came to the load dispatch center, he inaugurated it, and he asked me a very simple question. सिंह साहब ये बताइए, अब ग्रिड फेल नहीं होगा? मैंने कहा सर नहीं होगा. क्यों नहीं होगा? सर ग्रिड फेल होने के पहले हमको पता लग जाएगा कि कहाँ क्या हो रहा है, हम करेक्टिव एक्शन लेंगे. फिर उनको हम लोगों ने डिमॉन्स्ट्रेट किया, बताया कि सर 1 साल पहले ये ग्रिड कैसे फेल हुआ था और आज कैसे इसको हम पहले ही प्रेडिक्ट कर देंगे कि साहब ये ग्रिड फेल्योर नहीं होगा. और इसके हमारे पास डेडिकेटेड इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम है, डेडिकेटेड हमारे पास ऑप्टिकल फाइबर है. हम किसी पर डिपेंडेंट नहीं है कि हम बोलें कि सिंह साहब आप, जैन साहब आप जरा अपना फोन दीजिए, अपना सिस्टम हमको दीजिए, आपका हमारे लिए किसी को दर्द क्यों होगा. So we established that in the load dispatch center, along with dedicated information system, our own communication network, which is functioning well. we are extending the service to somebody else. Now, this is what is required in distribution system, generation, transmission, and distribution need to be empowered with information technology, what you are saying, data analysis, and predictive technology. That we are trying to achieve. I am glad that I remember Power Grid, BHO has been empowered, has been asked to set up a educational hub at BHO, and your IDAPT is going to take care of it. Dr. Jain will be its director. So it is a very humble job, and it is a challenging job. You have to change the attitude of the people. Why I am saying that, I'll come little later. Because you have to educate people. Let them have faith in technology. How it is going to be achieved? There are 2-3 things. First, you should have generation. You should have transmission capacity. You should have an excellent distribution network backed by all these technologies. Dr. Jain and Mr. V.N. Lal, Professor V.N. Lal, you have Professor V.N. Lal, no? Anyway, he said, no, then Ravi Prakash ji said, that we have to improve upon all the networks, analysis has to be done, etc., etc., has to be done. Unless people accept what you are going to do, it will not be successful. Smart metering is not being talked today. It is being talked for last 10 years in the transmission network, in distribution network, in everybody's home. What is the result? Where do we stand? Nobody wants smart metering. Nobody wants to be monitored. First of all, I'm not saying that don't do anything. Do everything, but simultaneously, you have to tell them that the benefit of these smart meters, smart distribution network, smart transmission network will be to you. Economically, you will be benefited. Financially, you will be benefited. You will get good power. Your gadgets will work smartly. Power consumption will be less. So this teaching has to go. A man sitting in the village who is getting free electricity, or a poor man in the city getting a free electricity, he is not bothered about smart meters and smart network and data analysis. So what I am saying is that simultaneously, in fact, BHU should take a lead. How to change the thought process of the people. Even our governance system should think about how to implement it and let people be a follower. So what you need is, my request to BHU is that please lead from the front. Like others, let us not only talk. Let there be leaders. Our students can play very, very significant role. And I am sure there are many students from village background. They should be the one who should be ambassadors of our smart network, our smart gadgets, smart meters. And because unless they are smart and you make people smart and they understand the economics, पैसे से प्यार सभी को होता है, चाहे वो टाटा हो, बाटा हो, अंबानी हो, अमेजन हो, या ये मैन ऑन द स्ट्रीट हो, पैसे के प्यार बहुत बड़ी चीज है. So that is how it is to be explained. I am glad that you have arranged on such a complex subject a program for 6 weeks. I am really pleased. In fact, I would have been too happy to be amongst you and repeat my Lanketing and regenerate that I am still a 72-year young boy, not a man. So therefore, friends, I wish all you a grand success and hope next time whenever I come to BHU, we will have face-to-face discussions on many subjects which is agitating our society. And this system, whatever you are talking of data analytics and predictive technology, etc., IoT, is very, very relevant for serving our water system, which has been totally bugged up. our environmental system. पहले हमने पानी को मारा, फिर धीरे से हवा को ही मार दिए हैं. See the way we are bugging everything. Another thing is, before I conclude, that the power sector has to go to age-old philosophy, which is very, very important. And Texas is the example that they have not followed the age-old philosophy. That is, you should have 50% generation at the load centers. 50% you should get from outside. Why? There are two dimensions. One, in case something goes wrong at a particular place where the demand is there, you will get 50% power from outside to run your emergency systems. Today, the big cities we are talking about, smart cities. These smart cities will crumble. Whole Texas state has crumbled. The reason being, they said, I have coal, I have oil, I have gas, I have wind. I don't need anybody. So what I have is mine. Neither I will take anything from you, nor I will give anything to you. Result is they were not connected with the regional grid or national grid. In any case, in USA there is no regional grid or national grid, but there are some states, interconnected and all that. So the suffering is, I don't know how many of you have seen, it is a huge suffering. Now look at India. For example, Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad. What is the capacity they have built locally? Unless it is 50%, if you have multi-story towers, population goes beyond crores, something goes wrong. Something goes wrong. You are gone. Where from you will get starting power? How will your IoT function? How will your data center will function? Therefore, you should be generating at least 50% locally and 50% import should come. With the advent of NTPC, NHPC and central agency, what happened? People said that you bring power from 2,000 kilometers, 3,000 kilometers, because why should you pollute Delhi? Why should you do this? Why should you do that? So therefore, they are dependent mostly on imports. Anything goes wrong, I tell you and assure you that we will have real consequences. And 2012 failure was an example. Two successive days failure, I don't know whether you all remember. Despite the National Load Dispatch Center in place, a small wrong decision, I won't say who and why because I've been part of it, but I have no business to criticize. It happened. Now, country being huge, resources being pocketed, what is the solution? I told Mr. Singh that I hope you will not mind, and so I hope you will also not mind. India has been a agrarian society, was, is, and will remain. Cities at the best can be on the forefront, but we can't ignore our villages. The kind of population growth is there. Cities can't accommodate this population. Neither will be able to manage water nor air, which is a must other than food. Food somehow you can manage, but not air and water unless you really take care of it. And that can only be when you go for decentralized India. So power is the thing which will decentralize us, and we must move and have decentralized generation. Now how to and decentralize smart grids, smart meters, smart village. Today, if you talk of in a vibrant democracy of only smart cities, this will not, people will not allow. A man sitting on the streets or sitting in the field or charpai in the village, a बुढ़ा ऑफ गांव का जिसके कपड़े नहीं हैं, आज मोबाइल फोन में वो देखता है, तो वो तो नहीं भड़केगा, लेकिन उसकी नेक्स्ट जनरेशन जरूर भड़क जाएगी कि भैया ये अयासी कर रहे हैं, हमें क्या स्मार्टनेस से मिला। तो देयरफॉर सबसे बड़ा भगवान ने हमको जो दिया, दान दिया है, सोलर एनर्जी। We have to go for micro and mini grids connected with the grid. In case of emergency and what I talked about, 50% load local and 50% imported load, we have to advocate. And my humble request to all the learned participants and the learned people sitting on the dais, that somehow we have to start the feeling that there has to be a smart village also, with everything smart. And I would have loved to come and give a one-day presentation in BHU. I have developed a blueprint, about 30-40 page presentation, how UP can be revived through the villages, and that economy will be unbreakable. No force on the earth can stop UP and Bihar from coming to the same level what it was in our ancient day. So friends, there is a need to develop decentralized generation comprising of wind, solar, biomass. We have so much biomass which can be used, and with the advent of cheap battery, we can sustain evening and morning peak. And smart meters will play a very, very dominant role there also. So I am glad that such a galaxy of learned participants are there. You will debate on this, and I hope I have not bored you and not given you something different than what you expected. So thank you very much for inviting. It has always been pleasure to be associated with BHU directly, indirectly, physically, or mentally, whatever it may be. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your golden words. Thank you.
Okay, on the behalf of organizing committee, we would like to offer our sincere thanks to our chief guest, Dr. R.P. Singh sir. Thank you very much, sir, for your golden words. Now I would like to request Dr. Vivek Nandan Lal sir, Associate Professor, Department of Electrical Engineering, IIT BHU, the co-coordinator and the backbone of this ongoing event, to propose vote of thanks.
Thank you, Rajat. Honorable Director Professor Pramod Kumar Jain, our Chief Guest, Honorable Dr. R.P. Singh, Chairman Board of Governor, IIT Bhubaneswar, Dean R&D IIT BHU Professor Rajiv Prakash, Course Coordinator Dr. Rajiv Kumar Singh, and all the course participants joining on the YouTube. A very good morning to all of you. I am privileged to have been asked to present vote of thanks on this occasion on behalf of the organizing committee and my own personal behalf. First of all, I want to express my most sincere thanks to our Honorable Director, Professor Pramod Kumar Jain, for motivating the activities of IDA-PT Hub Foundation IIT BHU. I am humbly thankful to you, sir, for sparing your precious time from your very busy schedule to grace this inaugural function. I extend my sincere thanks to Professor Rajiv Prakash for his kind presence in this event and sharing his views on the theme of the course, that is Data Analytics and Predictive Technology-Based IoT-driven Smart Grid Infrastructure. I express my most sincere and heartiest thanks to our chief guest, Honorable Dr. R.P. Singh, Chair BOG IIT Bhubaneswar, for gracing this occasion and enlightening us with his magnanimous presence. My thanks to all the eminent speakers who have agreed to share their expertise and knowledge for the expert sessions for the short-term course. I also express my thanks to all the spirited participants on the YouTube for being a part of this occasion. Further, I mention my sincere appreciation and thanks to IEEE UP chapter for giving sponsorship to this event. In the end, I extend my thanks to all the student volunteers and teaching and learning cell IIT BHU technical team for putting their efforts for this inaugural function and the short-term course. I firmly believe that the participants will enjoy the various technical sessions and learn the role of futuristic technologies for evolution of smart grid infrastructure. Thank you very much, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, yeah. Thank you very much. Can I disconnect?
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for gracing this occasion. Thank you, RP Singh, sir.
I hope I have not
Thank you,
disappointed
sir. Thank you.